had ammo on him. Is this correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
What type of ammo was that?
7.62 by 5.9, which is used in the AK-S silenced.
Okay, and the evidence you gave me earlier, that did show that Mr. Guzman had an AK capable of using those rounds. Am I correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
I would like to submit that evidence now, Your Honor.
Okay. Noted.
Did you receive that earlier, or did I send it to you?
We've got it. Go ahead.
Okay. So, from what I understand, if, in your opinion, I just want your opinion on this fact, as a law enforcement.
Objection.
If someone was taking...
Go ahead.
Calls for conclusion.
Say again?
Calls for conclusion.
I'm simply asking for the officer's professional opinion.
Overruled. Proceed.
Overruled.
Okay, Officer Mark.
Calls for a conclusion. The question asks for an opinion rather than facts.
Capable of taking down the hostage taker.
No, never. Never. In my experiences with hostage situations, in my experience as CERT member, I deal with a lot of hostage situations. In all the same situations, hostages have always been naked or clothed in some way, shape, and form. They do not have a firearm. In the case if they did have a firearm, it would be just a pistol with one mag, and the rest of the hostage takers will have higher caliber weapons, fully automatic usually, and they usually outnumber the hostage. There's been one case where a hostage did take his own initiative and did fire at the hostage takers, even though he was outnumbered. He did kill 2 of them, proceeding to losing his life in the process. But that was during his own initiative. But never in my experience, or in any type of experience with law enforcement, have I seen a hostage with a AK-47 and enough mags to basically take out the 2 other hostage takers. It's mind-boggling.
So what you're telling me is there was 2 other hostage takers?
Yes, with the same caliber weapon and the same variant.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right.
I need to be checked out medically. I'm having chest pains. I have a former heart condition.
Are you unable to remain in the court for the duration of your trial? Is that what you're telling me?
I do need to be medically checked.
1 second, sir.
All right. How about this? Your lawyer's here. He can represent you, and we can bring you back in at a later time. I don't know if any EMS is available, but if you
there
have to,
is none.
I mean, if you have to actually, if you can't remain for the duration of your trial, that you're saying?
I'll do my best.
Self-defense.
Okay. But if you have to go, I mean, we understand you have a lawyer here who's representing you.
The exceptions.
The verdict
All
is the
are firmly
verdict, so at
confident.
some point you'll be.
I understand.
Okay. Just.
Oh, ill-conceived
Go ahead.
notion,
All right.
dude. It's the law system is very
Mr.
small
Gagg.
in this game. Yes, sir. Yes, Your
He's
Honor.
your witness.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Von Bismarck, have you had any previous association with either of these gentlemen? Either of my clients?
Benjamin Williams, I cannot say for sure, but Chapo Guzman, yes, I have. And then the chance with the situation with Chapo Guzman has been mostly bank robbery scenarios, jailbreak scenarios, kidnapping, 1080s, which are fleeing from the police, and mostly just during firefights with them and proceeding on to arresting them.
Have you ever been shot at or shot my client?
Have you ever been shot during the incident or at any time?
Just personally, you two shooting back and forth at each other, and specifically?
Personally shooting at each other, as in personally saying, are you asking me if
I'm asking you, if as a police officer in the line of duty, have you often had cause to duel with Mr. Guzman?
No, we don't duel on the police. That's unheard of. The only time I ever shot at Mr. Chapo Guzman is during activities where he fired upon police officers, or pointing a weapon at a police officer, or threatening to take someone's life or the life of another.
That's a lot of things. You say these things happen often?
Objection, leading.
Sustain. Go ahead.
Would you say these things happen often?
That I run into Chapo Guzman with him doing those malicious activities?
Yes.
Is that well? Per day, I'll say I run into him maybe twice, 3 times a day, and during those activities range from him conducting a jailbreak, him conducting a bank robbery, or him fleeing from the police.
Okay. What else do I got? Okay. Can you state what the charges you had initially decided to lay against Mr. Guzman upon his arrest were?
Upon his arrest and returning to PD, I informed Mr. Chapa Guzman that I am offering to give him a plea bargain without the district attorney available, and without, if he decided for not having a lawyer, having a lawyer. I wanted
Pen
to
machine, they went
give
and
him a
shot
plea
some
bargain.
people, man.
The plea bargain was stated for the illegal firearm to legal firearm, 3 counts of extortion, 3
What's
counts of
up,
kidnapping.
WX Parker? Good to see you.
And that was basically it. And I was willing to cut some time off for him if he was willing to cooperate with me and law enforcement and other officers.
And you don't think going from 150 minutes to 405 minutes isn't extreme or isn't
Nope.
extreme? You don't think that's
No.
extreme?
No, not at all. If someone is willing to shoot at police officers, kidnap, extort innocent civilians, and they're unwilling to cooperate, then they deserve, anybody equally deserves their time.
Is it often the case that someone comes in and receives more charges for not taking a plea bargain?
Is it often the case that that happen? I'll say it's about 50-50.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay, and then one more thing. When my client, Mr. Guzman, made a counteroffer for the hostages, can you tell me what that counteroffer was?
Arriving, he had 2 offers on stand before I arrived.
Thank you for the follow. 1 follow and Defier 3. Welcome to the gas stream.
Informed me that it wanted
Prize is one of these.
$1 million.
Get
When I
beanie.
arrived to the scene, we talked for a minute. After talking for a minute, trying to get to know him, he then said that he wanted me to break my SOPs, and which those SOPs state that it's $15K per hostage. He said he wanted me to break those SOPs and give him $100,000K, and that's all he wants for per hostage and stuff. And I said, you should know that my SOPs are kind of unable to be broken. I can definitely give you $15K per hostage, and I can give you the money right now in your pocket. At first, he definitely thought about it. He seemed interested into it.
Custom
He gave
swag,
me,
baby.
Let's say like reinsurance that he was he probably wanted the $45K at first, and then he quickly decided that he didn't want the $45K, and then went back to the $100K offer, his offer of $100K.
Was his offer for all 3 hostages or just the one? For
Well,
100K.
Since Mr. Chapo does not recall, then yes, $100K per hostage.
Counselor?
Have we admitted the evidence yet? The video from Mr. Bismarck's
Yes.
GoPro? We have. I would
I've
like.
not received it.
Oh, you have
The
not?
court has not received it.
Oh, I would like to submit Exhibit A then, which is the main video that we have of this particular altercation for the court's perusal. One moment, let me get that to you.
Same deal that the prosecution has received.
Yes, that's the same video.
I know you all had it during discovery. The court has not yet received it as evidence. Whose evidence is it?
It is evidence
Prosecution.
of on business.
It's prosecution's evidence, so I don't know how the defense can submit the prosecution's evidence, but
Okay, well, since I'm getting there first, let's make this the defense's evidence then, because I'm going to use the same piece of evidence
well,
to
you
prove
acquired
an
it
opposite
during
point.
discovery.
I did.
So,
Officer.
All right. Well, then, no further questions, and I'll let this proceed then.
all right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is your redirect, Mr. McFly?
This time, Your Honor, I have no further questions for anybody.
Job.
All right. Mr. Von Bismarck, you can sit down.
I need food. I'm gonna die.
Who's that?
I think that's Mr. Williams. Is that you? Yeah, I think that's Mr. Williams.
That is not me.
Oh, it's not. Then someone's laying outside dying, I guess.
All right. Okay, Mr. Gaddington, do you have any witnesses?
No, all my witnesses. Well, yes, I would like to call Mr. Guzman to the stand. Unless that's
Sure.
unless it's too late. Okay, Guzman.
Nope.
Mr. Guzman, you here? Wait, yeah, hop up on the stand there.
All right. Well, under oath, previously sworn in, so Mr.
Thank you
Gaddington,
so much for the follow, Stews 20S. Glad to have you aboard on the GAT stream. Okay, Mr. Guzman. Do you remember the amount that you asked for when you made the counteroffer?
I believe it was $45,000.
No, not their offer. Your offer after rejecting that.
It wasn't me negotiating.
It wasn't you negotiating? Mr. Williams just testified that it was.
There was
Mind
another
you,
guy.
You're under oath, Mr. Guzman.
Yes, there was another guy, and they kept putting me back and forth.
Oh, so there was a third person negotiating. Do you remember what offer he made after the 45K was rejected?
I have no idea. I was told to get back behind the counter and just hide.
Okay. Okay, no further questions.
All right. Mr. McFly, you across?
Mr. Guzman said that you were told to get back behind the counter and hide, and at no point you ever negotiated?
I did negotiate at the beginning for a little bit.
Can you explain what you actually negotiated? What were your terms while you were negotiating?
Gotta check and make sure we're not
Well, they
falling off on
told
uptime.
me that they were willing to give $15,000
For hostages? For each hostage?
for hostage. Yes. That
Okay.
wasn't including me. He did not include me as a hostage.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor. Just wanted to verify.
All right. Any further questions, Mr. Gaddington? It's your redirect.
No, Your Honor.
Very good.
Thank you.
You may step down, Mr. Guzman. Any other witnesses, Mr. Gaddington? All right. Well, at this point, we'll go into closing arguments. Does anybody need a quick 30-second recess?
Let me
I'm asking, yeah, McFly and Gaddington.
Yeah, we'll
30
take a 30-second.
let me confer with the police, Your Honor. Would you
you
guys?
go ahead and take a quick,
You guys have anything you
literally
wanna talk to me
30
about?
seconds.
Yeah.
All right, let's go outside.
My chest pains are getting pretty
Hey,
severe.
Johnson,
May I be
yeah.
escorted out of the
So-
courtroom for a moment?
Here's what we'll do then, Mr. Williams. If you have to, since you have to depart, we'll go ahead and place.
I don't. I'm just having some pains.
We can place you. We can go ahead and place you into incarceration for the charges that you've pled guilty on. If you do have to, if you need
Some
to.
room. Breathe. I have chest pains.
All right. Why don't you remove your vest then? How about that?
Not currently able.